2. In religious texts, Bible, dreams are often seen as a means by which God communicates. Their absence could reflect a period of divine silence, e.g. Samuel before hearing God's voice. Islam. Dreams are classified into several categories, some of which come from God. The absence of dreams or memories can be seen as a period of inner emptiness, but also as a time for spiritual renewal. 3. Psychospiritual aspects. Stress, fatigue, or sleep disturbances can inhibit dream recall. Practices such as meditation, writing down the spoken word, the Psalms, or prayer can re-establish the connection with the dream world. Difference between not dreaming and not remembering. The difference between not dreaming and not remembering dreams is subtle but important, both psychologically and from certain spiritual perspectives. 1. On a psychological level, not dreaming. This would mean that no dream activity occurs during sleep. However, neuroscience research shows that everyone dreams, especially during the REM sleep phase. Even if you feel like you're not dreaming, your brain is most likely producing dreams. Not remembering your dreams. This is the most common case. The dream did occur, but it wasn't encoded into long-term memory or was forgotten immediately after waking. Factors such as stress, lack of sleep, alcohol consumption, or insufficient attention to dreams can explain this. 2. On a spiritual level, according to various spiritual traditions, not dreaming could be interpreted as an energetic blockage, a distancing from oneself, or a silence of the soul. Some schools believe that dreams are messages from the unconscious, spirit guides, or the soul. If no dreams are perceived, this could be seen as a temporary disconnection from these dimensions. Not remembering dreams. This can be seen as a lack of awareness or attention to the inner world. Some traditions, such as dream yoga in Tibetan Buddhism, teach that by developing awareness in dreams, lucid dreaming, one can progress spiritually. Forgetting one's dreams from this perspective amounts to missing out on a nocturnal teaching. In summary, conditioned scientific explanation. Spiritual interpretation. Not dreaming. Very rare, except in cases of neurological disorders. Spiritual blockage, inner closure. Not remembering very common, linked to attention and waking state. Lack of awareness or connection to subtle worlds. 1. Differences in brain activity. A study published in 2014 showed that people who frequently remember their dreams have higher activity in the temporoparietal cortex during wakefulness and sleep. This region is associated with self-awareness and the processing of sensory information. Heavy dreamers also showed more micro-awakenings during sleep, which could allow them to better encode their dreams into memory. Number 2. Sleep-related factors. People with more fragmented sleep, or who wake up naturally during the night, report remembering their dreams more often. REM sleep, the phase during which dreams are most vivid, is central. However, differences in its duration or structure alone do not explain differences in dream recall. 3. Psychological and attentional factors. Interest in dreams, paying attention to the dream experience, and even keeping a dream journal increase the likelihood of remembering them. Those who do not pay attention to them or do not see their value forget them more easily. The personality trait, openness to experience, is positively correlated with dream recall. 4. Neurotransmitters and memory. Memory consolidation during the night plays a role. One hypothesis is that some people have poorer consolidation of dream memories into long-term memory. Norepinephrine and serotonin, which vary depending on sleep cycles, may also affect the ability to encode dreams. 5. Clinical studies. Certain medical conditions, depression, sleep disorders, apnea, etc., can affect dream memory. Drug treatments, such as antidepressants or benzodiazepines, can significantly reduce dream recall. Chapter 3. Scientific causes of dream absence. Sleep disorders, insomnia, sleep apnea, narcolepsy. Effects of certain medications or drugs. Brain trauma, lesions of the visual cortex or cerebral pons. Link with short-term memory and consolidation circuits. Chapter 4. Psychological and emotional factors. Anxiety. Chronic stress, emotional repression. The brain avoiding dreams as a defense mechanism. Freudian and Jungian theories on the unconscious. Here you address several concepts related to psychology and psychoanalysis, notably the link between anxiety, chronic stress, emotional repression, and dream activity. Here is a summary structured around these ideas, incorporating elements of Freudian and Jungian theories. 1. Anxiety, chronic stress, and emotional repression. Anxiety, emotional reaction to perceived danger, real or imagined, often linked to unconscious conflicts according to psychoanalysis. Chronic stress, prolonged activation of the sympathetic nervous system, leading to emotional and physical overload. Emotional repression, unconscious defense mechanism, according to Freud, where unacceptable thoughts or emotions are excluded from conscious awareness. This repression can create psychological tension that manifests as anxiety or psychosomatic symptoms. 2. Dreams as a regulatory mechanism, or lack thereof. Freud saw dreams as a royal road to the unconscious. They allowed the symbolically fulfillment of repressed desires. Jung, for his part, considered dreams as a spontaneous expression of the self, aimed at balancing psychological opposites and guiding the individual toward individuation. But what happens when dreams are avoided? In situations of chronic stress or trauma, some individuals report a reduction or absence of memorized dreams. This could be seen as an unconscious refusal to confront painful psychological material. The brain avoids dreams, or at least their memory, as a defense mechanism. It is a dissociation or inhibition of the dream process to prevent emotional overwhelm. 3. Freudian and Jungian theories on the unconscious. Freud. The unconscious contains repressed desires, often sexual or aggressive. Dreams are a disguised enactment of these desires. Defense mechanisms, repression, denial, etc., protect the ego from anxiety. The personal unconscious and the collective unconscious, myths, archetypes. Dreams are symbolic messages from the unconscious, often carrying wisdom. The goal is to strive for the integration of opposites, dark, light, masculine, feminine, etc. When the brain seems to avoid dreams, this can be seen as an attempt to protect itself from overly threatening psychological content. In a Freudian reading, this betrays powerful repression. For Jung, this could signal a breakdown in the dialogue between the conscious and unconscious, thus blocking a process of individuation. Chapter 5. Spiritual and Cultural Perspectives. In some traditions, dreaming is a spiritual channel, African, Asian, Native American, etc. Non-dreaming is seen as an energetic blockage or a closure of consciousness. Christian interpretations, dream as a message, dream as prophecy. 1. Dreaming in spiritual traditions. In many cultures, dreaming is much more than a nocturnal activity. It is seen as a bridge between the visible and invisible worlds, a space where ancestors, spirits, or the forces of nature communicate with human beings. Dreams can thus guide, warn, heal, or initiate profound truths. 2. Non-dreaming or the forgotten dream. Not dreaming or not remembering one's dreams is sometimes seen as an energetic blockage, a closure of consciousness, or an imbalance in one's relationship with the subtle world. In some shamanic approaches, this can signal a need for re-anchoring, purification, or reopening of the heart and mind. 3. Religious interpretations. In monotheistic traditions, dreams often take on a prophetic or mystical dimension. These are called dreams. In Judaism and Christianity, the dreams of Joseph or Daniel are divine messages. In Islam, true dreams are seen as a form of partial revelation, 1/3 of prophecy. In all cases, they are taken seriously and interpreted with respect and discernment. Chapter 6. Can we recover our dreams? Techniques to stimulate dream recall. Dream journaling, nighttime awakenings, affirmations before sleep. Plants and natural substances used in traditional cultures. Meditation, hypnosis, and lucid dreaming. Here's a structured overview of techniques and approaches to stimulate dream recall, including natural and spiritual methods. 1. Techniques to stimulate dream recall. A. Dream journaling. Keep a notebook and pen by your bed. Write down any memory upon waking, even if it's just fragments. Do not move or open your eyes immediately. Staying in the waking position helps you recover dream images. B. Nighttime awakenings. Wake up naturally or with a gentle alarm after each sleep cycle, 90 minutes. Jot down dreams immediately after these awakenings. C. Affirmations before sleep. Mentally repeat, I will remember my dreams, or I wake up with a clear memory of my dreams. 2. This conditions the subconscious mind to strengthen dream memory. 3. Mental and spiritual methods. A. Meditation. Regular practice calms the mind and increases awareness of dreams. Meditation before sleep, a gentle transition to the conscious dream state. Used to induce dream regression or strengthen the intention to remember. Some guided sessions specifically target lucid dreaming or exploring the unconscious. B. Lucid dreaming. the dreamer becomes conscious within the dream, allowing them to interact with the dream content voluntarily. 4. Spiritual dimensions of dreams. In many traditions, dreams are seen as gateways to the soul, other worlds, or planes of consciousness.